Welcome back to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Jordan.
Thank you. It's good to be heard back there again.
When's the last time you graced the hallowed grounds here in Titletown, Jordan?
Man. The last time I was there was LSU 2 years ago, I believe, 2016, I think, or 2015. It was a little rainy, but it was awesome, and I miss it so much.
There you go. Well, we look forward to having you back soon. Now, we're going to be paying a visit, a lot of us, to you in Orlando, and I don't make any bones about it, Jordan. I mean, the trip doesn't really blow my hair back, my man. I've been to Orlando many times. Look, I know it's a nice enough area, but I need a pep talk. I need you to tell me, why other than Disney World and maybe medieval times, I'm going to have a good time when I come down there. Tell me what I need to know about Orlando right now.
Well, that's the thing. You just mentioned two things that aren't really technically in Orlando. They're in Kissimmee or Lake Buena Vista. Orlando, you drive 45 minutes away from Disney World, and then look at that, you got a real city. It's kind of amazing. But we actually have a lot here in the past 4 years since I've moved back, from, like you said, doing the ESPN show. Orlando's changed a bunch. And do you like tacos, Travis?
I love tacos. Who doesn't love tacos, Jordan?
We are considered one of the number one places in America to get tacos, believe it or not.
Wow.
We have the most unique craft taco places, and they're all within walking distance of the good old Citrus Bowl or Camping World Stadium right now. We got that. And then on the way down, I mean, it's no Alabama barbecue, but there's all these barbecue joints that are popping up all around. Like Four Rivers is one of them that's popping up all in Orlando. Our food scene here is something that will make the trip worth it. You're going to have to expand your palate a little bit. It's not going to be Dreamland or every single meal, but there are some really good food options down here. On top of that, when you guys are here on Saturday for that game, you know how the kickoff game in Atlanta is the MegaCon comic book convention and the SEC kickoff Chick-fil-A game?
Yeah, well, I know exactly what you're talking about there.
Yeah, it's a mix of SEC fans, and then there's a guy dressed up as Optimus Prime from Transformers. Well, here in Orlando, at the same time that fans are going to be walking into the Citrus Bowl, the local soccer team, Orlando City, is going to be kicking off, and they're going to be met with purple smoke coming down Church Street, and it's going to be a really funny, interesting sight to see that mix. Now, that shouldn't hold you back because, man, the city is getting ready for that weekend. There's bars that are going to be having block parties and events and concerts Friday night, all day Saturday, left and right. There's one called Wall Street Plaza. It's just one little complex with 7 bars that it has. And they're going to be a stage with live music and DJs all Friday night and then all day Saturday. Plus, they have the late night food. There's no quick grill, but there's some really, again, back to the food. The food's here. And, if you want to kind of explore Orlando, we have all these natural springs, which is, it's just like Lake Nicola. You can jump in and it feels really good. And, those are about 20 minutes driving away, but it's better than Disney World, I can tell you that.
There you go. Absolutely. But tell us about this worlds colliding with footy and American football within 30 minutes of each other kicking off. I mean, are soccer, I'm not a soccer hater, Jordan. I've had kids. Right. I've grown to really appreciate and enjoy the game. But it just seems like some of these soccer elites, they're hell-bent on making statements sometimes. Is that what Orlando City Soccer is doing with this game at 6:30 Central when Alabama Louisville's at 7 Central right down the street?
It's the other way around. So Orlando City, basically a quick backstory, Orlando City had their stadium privatized, and it's all, self-funded money instead of from the state. And so they left Florida Citrus Sports at the Citrus Bowl and went to their own stadium. And so there's a huge thing with Orlando City wanted to create a deal where it's like, hey, fans, because they're bringing in a bunch of Atlanta fans. So, hey, come see some of your rivals play. Go to this game first, then walk down over to the Citrus Bowl or vice versa. And ABC finally said, like, hey, we're going to make this a primetime game. So there wasn't really a choice to change it. Now I think they're working with the MLS on changing the game, but I don't think it's going to happen. It's going to be fun. So it's not really making a statement. It's just a coincidence. And on top of that, like the last time Alabama was in Orlando was for that Michigan State whooping, where we went through 8 Michigan State quarterbacks. There's a brand new stadium 4 or 5 blocks away from that stadium now. So it's going to be really funny seeing all these Alabama fans and Louisville fans kind of for a second get confused, like, isn't this the stadium? They're both on Church Street. They're both walking distance from downtown. So there's going to be about a 2 to 3 mile strip of Church Street. That's just going to be one giant party. It's going to go from football and soccer and the main Church Street station. You know, that was big back in the 90s where Charles Barkley threw someone through a window. Then it's going to go down past the you go past the Amway Center where the Magic play, and there's going to be a fan fest out there. Then you'll hit the fan fest with Heineken and a bunch of good food from Publix out in front of Orlando City Stadium. And then you'll walk about 3 blocks, and then you'll have the Camping World Stadium kickoff block party all on Church Street. It's going to be insane.
First of all, nothing says Central Florida like Publix being represented. And by the way, we're extremely thankful for the ones we now have in West Central Alabama. Also, Mickey from Moundville, when he encounters that soccer faction that he's going to run into, he's going to think he's in Berlin or somewhere. You know, I mean, he's going to feel like he's in Europe.
It's going to be interesting because, you know, our soccer supporters, and
which game are you going to, Jordan? Are you going to the soccer match, or are you going to watch the alma mater?
I'm going to both, and let me tell you how this is going to work.
Oh my goodness!
So I'm starting off at the Alabama game until halftime because we're playing Louisville without Lamar Jackson. It's going to be over in the third snap of the game. Let's be real. And then I'm going to go head on over to the soccer game.
Yeah, there you go. He's going to pull the double. Jordan Eichenblatt is.
I'm going to do it, and if Lamar Jackson was playing, I think the game would be a lot more interesting, and I would definitely be going to the Alabama game. It's right in my backyard. I can see Camping World Stadium from my apartment, just the tips of it. But the fact that, I mean, we're the defending national champions. We have 2 of the best quarterbacks in the country. We have an amazing team playing against this Louisville team who, you know, not really related to the football team, but also, you know, their stadium name just changed. There's a little bit of distraction there, so I just don't think they're going to be ready to see what hits them come in Orlando. So I just, you know, as much as I love blowout games, I kind of get bored of them now. So, yeah, I mean, I'll see our backups play in the national championship in 2 years. So I'm not worried about it.
There you go. Well, Jordan, I think you've done as good a job as possible of administering me an attitude adjustment on this deal with Orlando. Well, hope to catch up with you when we're down there, my man.
The first beer is on me when you get here.